I think.
Here we go. We got John now. Let's bring him up and see what Johnny Mac thinks. Eagles signs Za'Darius Smith to a 1-year deal. We'll see how it plays out. Johnny Mac, welcome into the National Football Show, brother. Eagles signs Za'Darius Smith. What do you think, JMac?
Yeah, it didn't take long to figure out they needed help on the edge. They were going to wait in September and look at things in September. They didn't wait long in September after last night. So obviously, proven guy, 3-time Pro Bowl selection, former second-team All-Pro, 69 sacks, 3 double-digit sack seasons. I mean, this guy walks into the Novacare complex as the most accomplished pass rusher on this team. You always got to be concerned with the age. He's had some injury issues. They acquired Robert Quinn a year off a 19-sack season. He had nothing left. So you never know when these guys fall off the cliff. But what you do know is that they just weren't good enough on the edge. And going into a season with Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt, yeah, they both have upside, but you can't do that as a Super Bowl contender. I've said this from the start. I mean, that's the one position where you go, all right, I get it. You're trying to reset. You're trying to have a maintenance off season. You're trying to prepare to pay some big money players down the line, but you got to do more than what they did. And the worst sign to me was that Azeez Ojulari and Obo were both inactive for the opener, and that tells you all you need to know, really.
How about this, John? Isn't that kind of an indictment on 9 months or 8 months worth of work that you did all in the offseason with OTAs and training camp and, the mandatory mini camps and such, that all of a sudden you come out of week 1, and you've been saying it too. I know you've been saying it the entire offseason here, but boy, you make a move for a corner. You're signing all these guys prior to going into the start of the regular season. How's that not an indictment on the guys that you brought in who you thought maybe would give something, and all of a sudden here you are? I'm not saying panic, John, but boy, I'll tell you, all those guys who did all that work, and here we are, we're making moves here after week 1. Surely it's not a good sign of what they brought in, and really shows you a little bit of how they maybe overestimated some of the guys they had in the room.
Well, I mean, you can look at it both ways. Yeah, I mean, I've said that. Howie made 5 trades in August.
Wow.
So, I mean, he brought in, Jacorian Bennett. He brought in Sam Howell. He brought in, which was, yeah, you could say it's an indictment of the guys that were here and the guys that were competing that they felt that weren't good enough. On the other hand, one of his strengths is, all right, don't sit on mistakes.
Right.
Move on, and try to get better each and every position. And this is a guy that makes him better as long as he's healthy and ready to go. I mean, he can get off the couch and rush the passer better than. I thought Josh Uche was the best pass rusher in yesterday's game. He only played 19 snaps, but he was effective. Nolan and Jalix are very, very young players, and they've gone very young on defense, and maybe it's also an acknowledgement that they want too young on defense. He'll also step in as the oldest defensive player they have. So, this is a proven guy. Schefter tweeted what he tweeted, or X, whatever they call it, post now, but that they had interest in Micah Parsons, which they've always loved Micah Parsons. Who doesn't love Micah Parsons? But Dallas was certainly never going to trade him in the division. And I got a bee trying to attack me, so I apologize. But the Cowboys were never going to trade him in the division to the Super Bowl champions. So, I mean, to me, that's one-sided interest. So it wasn't that meaningful. But they've been trying to add a pass rusher behind the scenes for a while now.
John, go ahead. Finish up. My bad.
Yeah, so it's not like they didn't know. They knew. It just increases the desire to get somebody that maybe is a little bit more towards the end of his career as opposed to getting a longer term answer.
John, where do you think he projects in this lineup? Do you think he's a starter over Jalix Hunt? Do you think he's the 3, the 4? Where do you have him in this lineup?
Well, I think once he gets into it, yeah, he'll be the starter, as long as he's healthy and he's got a semblance of what he has in his career. I mean, yeah, he's going to be, I would say by the second half of the season, if everything works out to plan, he's going to be the starter opposite Nolan Smith, and then Jalix will be the number 3, which is probably the role he should be in this year. And then you're pretty good with Uche as your 4. So if this hits, this makes them, I would say, a much better team, to be honest.
Is Ojulari the odd man out here?
Yeah, I mean, inactive tells you all you need to know in week 1. And, it could be Obo. They could keep him around. They owe him more money, so they might want to do it from that perspective. But, yeah, I don't think he's going to be relevant in the rotation this year. And he really had a poor summer. So, and look, I thought there was a chance he would be released at the cut down to 53 if they could have done something and gotten something done quicker outside the organization.
Hey, John, what do you make it being reported that it's $9 million? I mean, this ain't one of those.
Well, I thought he's going to be a starter. I haven't seen the numbers, the money yet. But yeah, Za'Darius, for those who don't know, this is a big time pass rusher. Has been a big time pass rusher in this league. And if they're paying him $9 million, well, there's your answer.
I don't know.
There's your answer.
Is that
Hey, John, he had 9 sacks last year, and he had more hits on the quarterback and pressures than even Josh Sweat a year ago.
Yeah, this is big. Like I said, this is a big-time player. He was a second-team All-Pro at one point, made a bunch of Pro Bowls, has a bunch of 10-sack seasons. He used to terrorize quarterbacks with in Green Bay. When he was in Green Bay, he had with Preston Smith, the Smith brothers. They used to terrorize. They went to Minnesota for a year. He was great there. So you know how it is when you turn 30 in this league. They're always looking for the next thing. But this is the kind of guy who keeps, when he plays, he gets home. And the Eagles didn't have that. They had a decent amount of pressures. But I always say when it comes to pass rushers, closing is a trait. Guys who actually get home and sack the quarterback. You saw Jordan Davis had the opportunity to sack the quarterback. He didn't do it. Za'Darius Smith is a guy who finishes.
John, how much was this premeditated as opposed to responding to what they saw last night? We've been talking about the potential of them adding an edge rusher. Is this the guy you think that they've been eyeing in? And is there a reason they waited till the day after the first game, maybe like a contract reason or a vet minimum or any of those things? What do you see from that perspective?
Well, you don't have to guarantee, but Za'Darius says I have to look. I assume if they're paying him, I don't know where you guys saw the number.
Jordan Schultz, John, put out up to $9 million.
Jordan up to $9 million, yeah.
Up to 9, yes. Not guaranteed it will be 9, yes.
Yeah. So if you're on the week 1 roster as a vested veteran, which obviously Za'Darius is, you're fully guaranteed your salary.
Right.
So they don't have to fully guarantee it. I assume there's incentives in there for playing time and sacks. But, but I can't really speak intelligently on that until I see the contract. But when you hear $9 million, potentially up to $9 million, well, that's pretty significant. Now, I've been reporting on Birds 365 they've been trying to get an edge rusher.
Right.
They would have preferred to get a younger, more long-term piece. This is a 1-year piece. So you're trying to hit the home run and you settle for the double ultimately. But I don't think it had to do with week 1. They've been looking for this upgrade for
Right.
for a long time.
Yeah, as you've talked about for a while. Go ahead, Sills.
Hey, John, for me finally here, have you heard anything on Landon yet? Has anybody given you any update or anything on how he's looking, his back and all? Because, they've got like a mini bye here a little bit, but have you heard anything on, because me coming away from that game last night, the only concern I would have really, because as we talked about it last night, September's the liars month in the NFL. So what you saw last night, you may not see again in 3 months. I mean, that's completely different, but that Landon Dickerson thing, me walking away with that game last night, that was probably the most significant thing for me. Have you heard anything on it?
No, they have a mini bye, so sort of. Nick didn't even talk today. He's not talking today. He's not going to talk till Monday because of the mini bye coming off the Thursday night game. So, yeah, just that we know it's the back, it's not the knee, but the back might be because of the knee.
Right.
So there's a lot of things going, and clearly he's not healthy, and clearly he's trying to play through it. Hopefully those few extra days calm it down. I can just tell you, watching him on the sidelines, he never went into the injury tent. He was talking to trainers. He walked off with Dom by himself, with no trainers. So I don't think it's terribly, terribly serious just from that perspective. But you never know with backs. You never know. And if you think about last year with Mackay and his knee, there were a bunch of games he had to leave because he's got a degenerative knee thing. So that might be the case where Landon starts and can't finish. And it's not the best case scenario, but I don't think it's terribly serious.
John, last question here. Thanks for joining in on a brief notice. John, you know it. The Eagles never sleep, my friend. And because of that, we never sleep. But, John, this is the move, right? You don't anticipate – this rules out any potential for another edge rusher, a different edge rusher, a splashier move. This is the move and probably won't make a move for the foreseeable future now. Is that your view on this?
This is the move. And, again, I bring up Robert Quinn because – you never know with guys this age when they do lose it. But from everything I saw from Za'Darius last season, he's still got some juice. This will be it. But if they get him in and by the trade deadline, he's playing like Robert Quinn, they might go in a different direction. But I don't expect that to happen. I expect this to be the move. And he'll make them a better team. He will make them a better team. Absolutely. And I do expect him to start pretty quickly.
Yeah, we'll see. Johnny Mac, thanks for joining in, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, there's Johnny Mac joining us.
I think like I said, I think he's going to start. Okay, I do. I think he's going to start. I mean,
John has some optimism.
The money tells you, man.
John thinks he's going to be a good addition. Yeah,
he's not. Look, he's better than anybody they have in the room right now. Now, what we saw a year ago now, okay? I'm basing it off of that, Zander. I don't know. Again, like when you start getting north of 32 years of age, you start got to kind of like,
that's
where are
John's
we?
Point. Remember, we got Robert Quinn. He had 19 sacks the year before.
Gave up a 3 for him, too, if you remember right.
A 4.
A 4? You gave up a 4 for him? All right.
You can't get past me, Big Sills.
Oh, okay.
It was a 4.
All right. I'll tell you what. You know who got past you last night? I'll tell you who got past you. Sidney Brown.
Dallas Cowboys.
That's who got past you last night.
I never been paraded.
Hey, I'll tell you who didn't get past you last night was CeeDee Lamb.
No, he didn't. He actually did, but he cost himself by not being able to catch the football.
Starters on defense: Za'Darius, Smith, Carter, Davis, Smith, Campbell, Vaughn, DeJean, Blankenship, Mitchell, and Bennett. Boy, I thought your boy Blankenship, man. I don't know. He's looking for $15 million. You better up that game, bro.
You're not picking on my boy Reed, are you?
Oh, Blankenship.
You're not picking on Reed,
you better pick
are
that
you?
game up, man. Oh, by the way, it's September 5th. Where the fuck is the deal? I don't see it yet. Where are we? All right, man. Let's get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, I got to pull these segments now. I got to get.
Oh, you need to go to bed.
I'm not going to bed. I got to post all this stuff up from Za'Darius Smith. The channel needs updates. We're the Prime Eagles channel. This is where people come to hear the updates.
I got you, man.
I got fucking work to do, Sileo.
Hey, man, great stuff last night. This guy, I'm laying in bed. I look over. It's 3:30 in the morning. I go, he's still on chirping with some dude from fucking, like, I don't know who you were talking to. You put some of the listeners on, and there you are. I go like this, where's Zander? And I'm watching, who's hosting our network? There's a guy last night hosting the network, and I'm going, who the fuck is this guy?
No, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen. He didn't handle it very well, and I told him that. I'm like, boy, you were shell-shocked. You hit that screen alone, man. That thing hit you like a ton of fucking bricks, my friend.
This, look, when you go on by yourself, you're on. Hey, Z, good stuff, bro.
Wait, one more.
Go ahead.
This is my biggest concern with Za'Darius Smith. All right, let me find it so I can put it on the screen and I can address it properly. Where is this thing? Where is this thing? This motherfucker changed his profile picture, so now I can't find his damn comments. Where is this thing?
Big Z.
Where is it? I got it. 1 second. I'll get it. My biggest concern with Za'Darius Smith, can't find this motherfucker, is, I can't find it, but I'll say it anyway, is that Brian Pumper likes the move because this dude is shooting 0% from the field right now. What makes me think he's going to get something right?
Yeah. He and Keely in Sydney, man, it ain't going well for you, brother. It ain't going well for you.
Brian Pumper likes it. I got questions.
No doubt. Pumper.
All right,
no
good stuff.
All right, brother. I will catch you over the weekend, my friend. Thank you so much.
Later, Sills. Appreciate you, man. Love all you guys. Thanks for all the support. Go check the channel if you need updates on Za'Darius Smith.
You got it. That is our friend, Big Z. Philly Godfather is going to join us in a couple minutes. Let me pay some bills here, man.